What's going on, guys? The Iron Jesse here, and welcome back to my new LEGO Star Wars 2026 news video. And today, we have 5 more official set images for the new LEGO Star Wars 2026 Smart Play Spring sets. So, these are the sets that have been leaked before while they announcing the new Smart Brick piece for the lineup itself, but now we have official pictures of 5 more sets for the theme itself. Since I did cover the 3 previous sets that have been revealed since last month, so I am gonna cover more sets for the wave itself. So I am gonna show you guys all 5 pictures of the different sets right here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So first up here we have set 75424. This is the AT-ST Attack on Endor set. 8H is 8 plus S, 347 pieces. We do get 2 normal minifigures and 1 Smart Play minifigure. This will be like a $50 set, so it is fine for the way it is, but I totally dig the build for the speeder bike. So I love like the design for the speeder bike itself. It is a pretty good looking small build, but the AT-ST on the other hand, it's pretty decent for the way it is. Actually, it's not that bad right here for how it turns out, since they use like the ball jointed pieces for the left and right side of the build. For the right side, we have like the little like missile launcher pieces right there, and we do get the stud shooter pieces on the left side of the build. At least the legs are pretty solid for the way they are, but at least they are good just a bit for how they just turn it out. So I totally did like that little turret piece on the center part of the build, but yeah, at least it is alright for the way it is. And we do get 3 characters. So we do get Wicket the Ewok, the only Smart Play minifigure that you get in this set. So I love like that same molded head and torso piece right there with the little ears sticking out. And I love how they gave him like the movable short legs in that brown color, which is nice. And same thing with that bow and arrow piece right there. And we do get the Scout Trooper right here. This is the same one with the same helmet design and even the torso, hip, and leg printing for the minifigure itself. We have that same small blaster, so we've gotten a bunch of Scout Trooper minifigures before in the previous Star Wars sets already. And we have the AT-ST driver, so I feel like that is the same one that we've been getting to. So we have the same helmet piece right there, and we do get the same face, torso, hip, and leg printing. I think that is like the different. Well, mostly it's the same in my opinion. So yeah, very great characters that you get in the set. So I totally dig the speeder bike build. As I mentioned, it's not a bad build for the set itself, and I totally dig like the build for the AT-ST, which you can see it is pretty nice for a bit. I love that ingot piece in light gray. We do get 2 of them, one on top and one on the bottom for the front part of the build itself. You can spin the like control panel like left to right for the build itself, which you can see that little circle in the box right there. And the box art is pretty nice with that indoor background design. Yeah, I totally just dig it right here with all the trees and that log. So yeah, I totally dig the box art for the set. And yeah, the set itself, it is pretty nice for what you're getting, but I totally dig like the little play features with the stud shooter and the movable piece for the AT-ST right here. But the back part is fine since it's a bit off, since I can see like a bit of it, but at least it is a pretty solid set for what you're getting. Next up we have set 75420, the Luke's Land Speeder set. It ages 6 plus S, 215 pieces. It includes 2 regular figures, which is the Jawa and the Gunk Droid. So I love the nice look for the Gunk Droid, since hopefully that front part of the build is printed instead of a sticker. And I love the little legs for it. So I love the rusty design for the Gunk Droid. I just totally dig that for the character itself right here. We do get a Jawa right here. The look of it is like the same one that we've seen before. Since I love the brown hood, the face pretty with the yellow eyes, and the torso pretty looks again. We do get the classic short legs, the regular ones, in dark brown, which is pretty good. And the only Smart Play minifigure that you get is the Farm Boy version of Luke Skywalker. So I totally dig like the same design for him as like his regular minifigure look, which is the toe, leg, hip, torso, and face bracelet for him. He does come with his blue lightsaber, which you can see on the box while he's holding it, and we can see it again on the left side of the speeder since it's attached to that dark gray clip. But anyways, for the price point, it is going to be like a $40 set. So the build for the land speeder is not bad after all. Even though I haven't owned the previous versions of Luke's land speeder from all those years ago, but I could pick this one up because I just wanted to add Luke's land speeder into my collection. But I totally love that glass piece for the front part. I love the little seats in that little storage area that has the blue milk. And I love how they added that gunmetal gray or that chrome rollerblading piece for the top part of the speeder. And I love the slope pieces in that tan color. We do get 3 of them for the top part, the left side, and the right side. And we did get a little HUD for the Jawa since I love how they added Mjolnir into that little clip piece in green. We have the little like pump piece area that has the miles per hour piece on the left side of the build. And we have a pan for the Jawa to cook some food. So I love that little like thread piece on top of the build. So yeah, that is pretty nice and solid for what you're getting. So yeah, the builds are not so bad, especially the land speeder itself. It is pretty solid for what you're getting, but not so bad after all. But I totally dig everything else for this set right here. Next up, we have set 75426, the Millennium Falcon. It ages 9 plus, it has 885 pieces, includes all 4 Smart Play minifigures. And this set will be $100 right here. And it's an okay set. It's not so good after all. So the build for the Falcon is not so great because I could see some gaps, especially one on the cockpit. They could just like done a better job covering up those freaking gaps, man. I mean, what on earth? That is just ridiculous to me. So for the figures, you do get all 4 smart characters. We have Smart Chewie right there. He does come with Mjolnir in that green look that we've seen in the land speeder set. So we have that same Wookiee headpiece and torso for the character himself. So that's the same one. And we do get the old school version of Han Solo in his young looks, since I love the black vest and the tan shirt for him. I love that torso printing design for the legs. Same face print and hairpiece for him. So same look of him as well as Chewie in that smart play look. And even C-3PO right here. I love his arm printing. The sidearm printing for him looks pretty good. We do get that same head mold that we've been getting for years for 3PO. The torso, the leg printing looks nice. And we do get the same version of Luke Skywalker from the land speeder set. It would have been nice if they gave him like a different outfit to make him more new and exclusive-ish, in my opinion. And I love the little interior for the Falcon itself. Well, just a bit, because it's not the best interior when you compare it to the other versions from the past right here, especially the Dark Falcon from Rebuild the Galaxy. So yeah, we have a little light table area with the 3 black chairs, and we have like a little lightsaber training area for Luke, which he could do his Jedi training. But yeah, it's not something for me. But this set could have been better. Still wish they could cover up the friggin' gaps, which is so annoying. But yeah, it is pretty decent for the way it is. Next, we have set 75425, the Mos Eisley Cantina. It ages 8 plus, has 666 pieces. It includes 3 normal minifigures, which is the 2 band players and a stormtrooper. And as for the smart figures, we do get Obi-Wan Kenobi and Greedo. So this will be like an $80 set in my opinion. So actually, yeah, it is possibly like a $70 set in my opinion, but still this is a fine looking set, not that interesting. We do get a little creature build for the stormtrooper that we've seen in episode 4, A New Hope. Well, technically this is what this set is based off of. And it would have been nice if they added the bartender, Smart Han Solo, and the 3rd band player in the set, because that would have been nice if they actually do that, because 2 smart band players isn't enough. They could just add the 3rd and final one, in my opinion, and they could just add the smart version of Han in that little like cheer scene when he kills Greedo in that scene in episode 4. That would have been great if they done that, because it wouldn't make sense if they could just like recreate that scene without Han. And like I said, for the bartender, they could just add him to the set, but the cantina is fine for the way it is. Well, it almost reminds me of the play scale version from 2014, because how like some parts of it turns out. But yeah, it is an alright looking set in my opinion. I totally dig that little creature for the stormtrooper right there. And we do get these smart versions of Greedo and Obi-Wan, so I love their nice look for the torso printings as well as their leg printings, which is nice. I love the hair piece for Obi-Wan and his face print. He does come with that little like cup right there with like that blue milk and even the lightsaber, which is pretty nice in blue. And I love like the little designs for like the bar area with the blue milk and also like that little machine right there. We have the little stage area for the band members and we have a little entrance that you can slide up the door and the chairs that where you recreate the Greedo death scene from A New Hope. So yeah, this is an okay set. I never owned the previous Mos Eisley Cantina sets before. Well, maybe I could pick this one up, but I'm just not a fan of the Smart Play look of it, since I rather prefer the regular Lego set look for the Cantina. But yeah, at least it's fine. But at least I love the little accessories for the band members with the saxophone and that little like microphone, or maybe it's like a flute, but still at least it is pretty fine for the way it is. And here we have the fifth and final set. This is set 75422. This is Yoda's Hut and Jedi Training. It ages 8 plus, has 440 pieces, and we do get the regular version of R2D2, and we do get only 2 smart minifigures, which is Luke and Yoda. So this is going to be like an $80 set. And overall, this is a fine looking set. Well, I'm not a fan of the Jedi Training build because it's just too wacky and incomplete in my opinion. So yeah, I'm just not a fan of it at all. I don't like how like some of the Technic pin parts are shown. Well, it's just how the way it is. But still, it is pretty okay. So we have that little spot that Luke is like hovering right there with that translucent piece right there, and you can store Yoda on that little spot right there for the build itself to recreate like the Force Play features. And we do get like a little crate right there, which is the dark gray and red one, and also we have another one with the light red and white color scheme right here. And this like some parts of like some other things going on like that black and yellow like canister part right there. I don't know what it is, but still, yeah, that build is pretty fine. But the hut, on the other hand, is pretty good for how it turns out. So we have some seaweed pieces, a white spider, and I love how they use like that dark gray cloud piece to represent like the smoke from Yoda's chinmay. So yeah, that is pretty nice for what you're getting. We do get R2D2 in his muddy up look. Yeah, he's all dirty right there, but still wish they added like that movable piece to make his head spin around just like how they did with the X-Wing set, but at least it's fine for the way it is. And we do get these smart versions of Yoda and Luke. So we do get a different version of Luke Skywalker. This is like his Jedi training outfit that he is crash landed in the Dagobah planet. And yeah, I totally did like the face, torso, hip, and leg printing. Well, actually just like the leg printing. I think I've seen like some printing on the hips right here just a bit, but I love the hairpiece for him, which is pretty nice. And we do get Yoda right here. He has the movable short legs, which is pretty good. I love the head mold for him, and the torso pretty looks good. And I love how they added his cane right here. That is just pretty good, since I totally dig like the builds for this set. Well, mostly the hut, the Force training build, I just don't know. It's pretty decent and weak in my opinion, but yeah, they could just like make it a little better, but it's not something for me at all. So there you guys have it. These are all 5 more of the new Lego Star Wars 2026 Smart Play sets. All 5 of these sets will release on March 1st, 2026. You can't pre-order some of these sets at Lego Shop at Home, or actually you can't just pre-order all of them, because I've seen like that little pre-order tab once I check the sets out. But yeah, these sets are not for me. But the Land Speeder, on the other hand, is not a bad set in my opinion, because how like the Land Speeder turns out, and the hut is a pretty fine looking build. The Falcon and the other ones, not for me. Well, I'll say what I'm trying to say is I'll see if I can pick some of these sets up, but I rather prefer regular sets in my opinion. Well, I'll try to give the Smart Brick a chance right here, but honestly, this is not something for me, to be honest. But anyways, this is a pretty solid slash okay wave right here, especially some of the previous ones, which is the 3 sets that I've covered since last month, which is the Death Star battle scene with Luke and Vader, Vader's TIE Fighter, and the X-Wing. So yeah, these sets are pretty okay, but I'll say I could pick one of these sets up because I'm not interested in the Smart Play system for these new sets for the lineup itself. But yeah, I'm just trying to give it a shot, but I'll see if I can pick some of these sets up. But at least they are pretty decent for the way they are. So I don't have anything else to say about them, but that is all I've got so far right here. So that is it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe much if you're new. Hit that notification bell, the same button, and don't forget to smash that comment section down below. And tell me in the comments what you guys think about these sets for the lineup. I'll see you later, alligator.